Hello, everybody. This is Suzette Viernon, and I'm redefining my 60s on my own terms. For those of you who have subscribed and commented on any of my previous episodes, I want to give a heartfelt thank you. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate your liking, your sharing, your subscribing. It just means a lot to me. When I endeavored to change my platform from being purely about relationships and all of that to redefining my 60s, I just didn't know what was going to happen. All I knew was that I was looking for content for women in their 60s, specifically women of color, or let's just get plain, Black dark-skinned women of color on social media, on the internet, and I really didn't find very much that spoke to the kind of information that I was looking for regarding health and wellness and reinventing yourself and reimagining your third act of life for a dark-skinned Black woman. And so I decided to create it myself. So I appreciate those of you who have come along for the ride. Today, I'm going to pull my hair back so it won't be in my face because I'll probably be shaking my head a lot. I just thought I would just jump on, to be honest with you, and just ask the question, where were you on July 21st, 2024? Fortunately, I was one of the privileged ones who was on the call. I was included in the call with at that time it was 40,000, and it grew to be 44,000 women who came together. All of us excited about Vice President Kamala Harris's endorsement. And actually, I'll be honest with you, usually on Sunday evenings after I've eaten dinner, I sit on the couch and I'm dozing. I tell myself I'm going to be looking at TV, but pretty much the TV's looking at me. And this past Sunday, July 21st, was not any different. I had fallen asleep. And when I woke up, I looked in my DMs, direct messages, for those of you that might not be familiar with that, with that little abbreviation. But I checked my direct messages and I found a message from one of my longtime friends, and she told me about a gathering of Black women in support of Kamala Harris's endorsement and hopefully providing her with the kind of support that she would need to garner the absolute endorsement of the Democratic Party and be the presumptive nominee for President of the United States. And so, kind of stumbling because I was still a little sleepy, I DM'd my friend back and I'm like, oh my God, I missed it, because at that time it was supposed to be at 8:30. Well, when I got the message, it was somewhere between 10:15 at night. And I DM'd her back in hopes that she, would answer and just say, I'm so sorry, I'm just seeing this. Oh man, I would have liked to be a part of it. Well, next thing I knew, excuse me, I've been eating cashews, so they're making me want to belch. But anyway, next thing I knew, she sent me a direct link to jump onto the call. And I'm thinking, well, gosh, if it started at 8:30, I mean, is anybody going to be on at 10:30? She says, I'm on. And so I took a chance and I jumped on, and I was blown away. I was blown away. And so the purpose of this video, which is more of a vlog for me today, is just to record this historical time in the world. To be alive. To be alive, first of all, to see the first Black president, President Barack Obama, to be a part of that campaign, to be volunteering in South Carolina, when the chant was going up, race doesn't matter, race doesn't matter. I was standing among the hundreds of volunteers who had been volunteering all day, all over South Carolina. And to be a part of the gathering in Columbus, South Carolina, I think it's Columbus, or is it Columbia? But anyway, wherever it was, I get Columbus and Columbia mixed up. Hey, it's just a thing. But anyway, to be among the people and to feel the energy and to see President Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, and to be there and they thank us and hear his speech, to be in the room was such a privilege and an honor. And I just had this feeling that I was a part of something absolutely special. And to be honest with you, even though I had the opportunity when Hillary Clinton was running against Donald Trump, I had a chance to gather at a campaign stop when she came to North Carolina, and I was in the room, and Michelle Obama was there and all of that, and it felt good to be a part of something bigger. I have to say, in full honesty, it didn't have the same feeling as when I was a part of President Obama's campaign. It just didn't have the same feeling. And maybe it's because I am a black woman, and there was a deeper significance to it, not just wanting to beat somebody else, but there was a significance to it. Especially when I go to the fact that, could he possibly win? Like, is America ready for a black man as president? When I got over that, then I was able to really get behind it and volunteer and be a part of the excited men and women of all races and ethnicities and backgrounds as we gathered together to help push his campaign forward. And I have to say, I have not felt that kind of excitement since. Not to that degree until this one. Just being on that Zoom call felt like I was in the room where something great was being birthed. That I don't even think anybody even knew at the time it was going to have that kind of energy and synergy and resonance. I mean, to the point that the CEO of Zoom had to be called to allow more women to be able to have access to the call. As I understand the story, it was only supposed to be 1,000. Then they tried to get expanded to 3,000. And whatever had to be done, it ultimately became 40,000 while I was on it. And so just to be among the excitement, part of the chats, to hear the enthusiasm and the love, to hear women, black women praising each other and thanking each other, and just the energy, and to know something I did not know. I did not know there was already a vehicle in place to back Kamala Harris, even before now, that was put in place some 4 years ago, when the person that organized it and who really birthed this into being, this group of women coming together to support the then, I think she was running for president, and then when she was on the short list of potential VP picks by President Biden, and how this coalition of women came together to provide needed support that they felt was lacking for the vitriol and the resistance and the misogyny and the racism and the sexism and all those little institutionalized kicks that black people pick up, that sometimes, though well-meaning, our allies miss, but we know, right? We know when it's happening. To have that kind of support for a Black woman was needed. And so to be a part of it, to hear the history and to see this thing just bursting forward with an energy that no one could have predicted. I only meant to be on the call for a little while because I only got on at about 10:30. I stayed on that call till 1 in the morning. Hence, if you see bags under my eyes, it's because I have been just I've had such an adrenaline rush since that night that I have not come down off the ceiling yet. I have not come down off the ceiling. And my body is tired, I ain't gonna lie. But my spirit is just grooving and dancing and just so happy and bursting with joy and anticipation, ready to lock arms to push this thing to the finish line. And so I stayed on till 1 a.m. because I could not get off that call when we were so close to reaching $1 million in donations. I was in the energy and in the synergy and anticipation as Star Jones was getting the updates, and she was informing those of us who were on the call about what was happening. And noteworthy, even though it was 1 in the morning, there were still 27,000 women on the call. Still 27,000 women. And then once we hit that milestone, that was when I got off the call. And I just wanted to just do a vlog post because these are things that don't just happen every day. One day, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, even after I've gone home to be with the Lord, are going to find my YouTube. It may not have any significance to anybody else. Probably very few people even know I'm on YouTube. YouTube doesn't even know I'm on YouTube, probably. But to know that future generations, my child and my child's children and their children, that future generations that might not even be born yet will be able to access my video and say, our grandma, our great-grandma, our great-great-grandma, our great-great-great-great-great-great-great, just keep it going. Grandma, she was alive during this time and she wanted to record something to let us know, to give us her take in being in the room where it happened. I mean, there is something about being in the room where these special things happen that don't happen all the time. And though the organizers will probably never know my name, though I may not ever connect with any of them in a personal way where they'd be able to say, hey, Suzette, hey, girl, they may not ever know me. But to know I was in the room, to know that I donated at a time when it really made a difference in helping to launch a campaign the likes of which had never been seen, to be a part of history that raised money to the point that no other president, no other predecessor has ever raised as much money in record time. To be a part of that and to know it was counted. Wow. Wow. And so I just had to jump up here, put a little red lipstick on, because you know when you're tired, you have to spiff up a little bit. I was going to put my glasses on and kind of be incognito, but because of my light, the light would have just been all up in my glasses, right? So I was going to kind of be kind of cute, like I woke up like this. But the truth is, that girl is so tired. I pulled my hair back. But it's something about putting a little lip color on. It just makes a little bit of a difference, right? Nothing more classy than a red lip with salt and pepper or gray hair. Listen, it is what it is. But anyway, I wanted to just just record this and my enthusiasm, and to shout out the brothers, the black men, win with black men, and how Roland Martin and other men got together and knocked it out the park. I think at the last update that I heard, there were 53 to 55,000 men, 55,000 men who had been who had looked at the live, been a part of this great launching, and also just to say thank you, black men. There's so much propaganda out there that says black men don't back black women, black men don't support black women, and you know what? I ain't about that. No more than I'm about there's pee in the dating pool. It's what we believe that causes things to manifest. And even when I was having difficulties in the dating department, having difficulties finding the love that my heart so desired, I did not believe that all men were cheaters and all men were messed up. I believed there were still good men out there. There just were not enough good women who knew how to recognize them. And I'm happily married. This December will be 10 years. And maybe that's not significant to those of you that are listening. But for me, a person who's twice divorced, this is everything. Well, my time is about to wind down and I don't want to be kicked out of my video. So I just wanted to say thanks again to those of you who have liked, shared, and subscribed. And if you like what I'm doing, please give me the thumbs up. Please subscribe. Please add thoughts in the comments, because I want to know that I'm reaching you women who see yourselves in me and in my story, and just to know that you're seeing somebody who looks like you, who's speaking your language and providing content that makes you seen, heard, and that you matter. So thank you again for joining me, and I look forward to talking to you in the next video. Bye for now.